Disclaimer. Before we begin, please note that this video contains content some viewers may find upsetting. Viewer discretion is advised. In this video, I will discuss the perspectives of Cococrazy, Deborah Eris, and Lauren G, highlighting where I agree or disagree with their points, and will conclude with my own analysis of the situation. I will keep this as brief and focused as possible. Cococrazy's claims. Cococrazy claimed that Clara Dow was promoting disorders and warned that children might watch her video and develop unhealthy habits. I disagree with Coco on this. Clara included a clear disclaimer at the start of her video stating that it was not intended for minors and was simply sharing her personal habits. Children often misrepresent their ages online, so it is unrealistic to expect Clara to monitor or verify the ages of every viewer. Interestingly, in Coco's own video defending Sabrina Carpenter, she argued that her concerts are not for kids. Parents should not bring their children. Singers are not babysitters. The same logic applies to Clara Dow. Name mispronunciation. Coco occasionally mispronounces Clara Dow's name as Clara Dua. In my opinion, this seems to be a genuine slip. As a native English speaker familiar with the name Dua Lipa, a well-known pop star, Coco may subconsciously substitute Dua while speaking. Lauren G suggested that repeatedly mispronouncing Clara's name could be a form of microaggression. I am not entirely sure. It may or may not be, but it appears to me to be an honest mistake rather than intentional disrespect. Lauren also claimed that mispronunciation disrespects Clara's culture, but I believe this is an overreach. Cultural context. For context, Cococrazy is American. I have heard through various news outlets and social media that tensions sometimes exist between Americans and people from China. While that background might influence how some viewers perceive the situation, it does not automatically mean Coco intended any cultural disrespect. Scholars and bias. Lauren mentioned that scholars agree that mispronouncing names, especially those of Asian or African origin, can be disrespectful. While this is often true, scholars are human. They have feelings, biases, and can be wrong. Other points of disagreement. Lauren G claimed that Coco never used her age as an excuse, but I believe Coco did so subtly. Lauren also said, "I don't think Deborah is a nobody. She has a YouTube channel. She is somebody." I understand her point, but I think Deborah meant that she is not widely known or popular. Because Deborah is not a native English speaker, she may miss certain tones and cues or struggle with new words, which can cause misunderstandings. She has also described herself as an anxious person, which is understandable. I agree with Lauren that, as a larger creator, Coco should be careful with her audience because her followers could potentially harass Deborah even if that is not Coco's intent. Coco has the right to respond, but she should do so calmly and with a softer tone. When people questioned Deborah's right to criticize Coco, Deborah reasonably explained her background. Coco responded harshly, accusing Deborah of playing the victim, which I find unfair. A commenter on Deborah's video wrote, "Coco is 17. When she turns 18, she won't be able to use her minor card." Deborah liked this comment, which understandably upset Coco. However, I believe the commenter meant that because Coco often involves herself in adult discussions and can seem rude to adult women, she may face stronger pushback once she is no longer a minor. Lauren pointed out that Coco labeled Deborah a creep in a video thumbnail titled "The YouTube Creep Deborah Eris dropped the worst response." Calling someone a creep is a serious accusation, and I strongly disagree with it. Deborah is not a creep. Lauren also noted that Deborah could potentially sue Coco for implying worse. Coco's dismissive responses to Lauren, including "use your brain," were unnecessarily rude, especially to someone older. Despite being insulted, Lauren responded with calm and respect. Coco later called Deborah a scumbag, saying it was in response to Deborah calling her a manipulator. I believe scumbag is a far more insulting term. Final thoughts. In her video, Lauren said she has been on YouTube since she was 14 and never treated others as Coco has, despite having less following. I strongly agree that Coco is not as mature as some of her audience believes. Conclusion. I think Coco should handle conflicts more calmly and respectfully. She might benefit from creating lighter content, spending time with friends, meditating, eating well, and focusing on her art career. Her bird artwork in her profile picture is adorable, her editing is excellent, and her intros and outros are impressive. Thank you for listening.